I'm doing a series of seminars around the country on the theme, Use Your Body to Heal Your Mind. Now one might ask why we're taking that approach. Why use the body to heal your mind? Because most of our focus on healing is in getting rid of our physical symptoms. But I think that's an upside down approach that we all have that permeates our whole medical care system. Because all we're dealing with then is a symptom and not the cause. And if we don't deal with the cause, then we're going to have recurrence of those same symptoms or have other illnesses recurring. And our whole mind-body, which cannot be separated into two, our whole mind-body experience is still going to be disturbed. Now I was doing a series of seminars recently, and the first one of the series was in Boston. And I asked the people in the audience there, how many people here would like to have a totally healthy and happy life? And of course, everybody's hand went up. And I said, with your permission, I'd like to do muscle testing, which is from applied kinesiology, where you test your arm. If you know a statement to be true from your innermost wisdom, your arm becomes strong. If you know it to be false, it becomes weak. And everybody agreed for me to test their arms, and I quickly went around with the audience testing two statements. One is, I deserve to have a totally healthy and happy life, versus I don't deserve it. And the other is, it's safe for me to have a totally healthy and happy life, versus it's not safe. I thought I might have 35–40% of the people having those as barriers to being healthy and happy. I was totally amazed when it was actually 100% of the audience that had one or both barriers. Actually 80% had two of them, both of them. I thought, well, is this just New Englanders? Let me try it in New York in a few weeks when I'm doing a seminar there, and I got the same response. A few weeks later in North Carolina, I still got the same response from the audience there. And then after that, the same response in California, in the Bay Area. So I began to think, this is not just a regional problem. This seems to be a human problem, at least for us here in the West. Maybe it's different in some other cultures, but in our advanced Western society, it seems to be universal. So we need to be dealing with what is behind the fact that we don't deserve or it's not safe to have total health and happiness. And that caused me to begin to think much more deeply about this whole problem. The problem that we have barriers to doing what it takes to stay healthy and happy. Well, I was speaking to a physician friend of mine recently and asked him about how many people, when they come in and they have a heart problem, will actually follow your advice about diet or nutrition or exercise or lifestyle or stress. He went silent for a minute or two, contemplating the question seriously. And finally he answered, he says, very few. That's the thing that we know about so clearly, is that very few of us do all the healthy things that we know would enhance our health. But beside all those behaviors like exercise and nutrition and stress management and so on, that we mostly don't do, we make our intentions to do it but don't do it, but we have other kind of emotional factors as well. We have traumas that we know are highly correlated with symptoms. We have belief systems in our mind about what's possible and what's not possible. We have belief systems about what illnesses we're supposed to get from our families because our family members have them. We have ideas about how we can heal and how we can't heal. And all of these shape us into a very limited creature, where we're going to be victims and be suffering from all sorts of ailments, both emotional and physical, unnecessarily. These seminars will be dealing with those issues. How you can identify all the barriers that you have to healing, whether you call it emotional or physical, but you really can't separate the two on either realm, because the body chemistry changes with every thought, it changes with every belief, it changes with every emotion. So what we're doing is looking at how we can identify all those barriers to doing the very things we need to do to stay healthy and to make ourselves healthy and happy, to deal with the barriers against healing, and so that we can be free to actually have healthy and happy lives. This seminar will be a very active and involved seminar. I'll be doing a little bit of lecturing, but mostly we'll be doing demonstrations that are very live. You'll be doing them on yourself. You'll be doing the practices with each other. You're going to go away with a lot of tools that you can use on yourself, or if you're a mental health or a health professional, you can use them on your patients as well. So either way you can benefit. Because the seminar is open not only to anyone who wants to heal, but to physicians, psychologists, psychiatrists, social workers, mental health nurses, yoga teachers, mental health counselors, all can benefit from this. So anyone who's interested in healing the whole person, this is a seminar that I would recommend. It'll be 9.5 hours, intensively filled with a lot of alive practices and demonstrations.